Hey, it's Jennifer from Belladonna's Botanicals, and this is our slightly delayed Yule haul. So I started doing some witchy haul videos over the past year, so I think I might do them a little more. Instead of monthly, I think I might do them a little more like quarterly, seasonally, sabbatically. I don't know. Anyways, so without further ado, I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of books. So we're gonna go through all the books. First, I want to start with the Kitchen Witch Cookbook. This was from S. Connolly, S. Amanda, and additional contributors, one of which is me. So I have two recipes in here. I'm trying to find where they are. I have Lilith's infused blood honey, which is super awesome. Very tasty. And I have, I don't know how it's organized. And I also have Lucifer's Fallen Angel Food Cake. I'm guessing that's, did I get here? But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. Maybe that's it. Yep, here it is. Lucifer's Fallen Angel Food Cake. Anyways, so super cool. This just came out. Yeah, I haven't read everything in it, but from flipping through it, I want to make all the things. So that is the first book. I bought a lot of heavy books, apparently. I went to the bookstore for one thing, couldn't find it, and came out with, I think, 3 of the heaviest books they must own in the bookstore. But I mentioned before, I have a degree in art history, so I'm kind of a nerd for art, but I picked up, I don't know why this is so covered in cat fur, but I picked up Gustave Dore's, it's The Fantastic. It's a very hefty tome, but I always loved Gustave Dore. He did a lot of, I think he did all the, if you've ever seen like the images and stuff from Dante's Inferno and things like that, that's all Gustave Dore. Like, I'm sure you've seen like some of these types of images before. So I've always loved his work, and there's a lot of different areas in here. So it's getting it's heavy to hold. So I picked this up, and I do not regret it one bit. See the gold on the cover? But yeah, I love Gustave Dore. I think he also may have done some for Milton's Paradise Lost as well. I'm going to have to figure out why it has so much cat fur on it. Were you rubbing your face on it? You're the one that does that. And then the next of heavy books. I have a lot of reference books because I get asked a lot of questions. Sometimes I need to look things up. So I also do a lot of custom work for people. So the other thing I picked up, I did last one I did around the Halloween, was Judika Illis's Encyclopedia of Spirits. And this is the Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells, the ultimate reference book for the magical arts. So I like that, her stuff is inclusive. It's got, and it tells you like where things are from. Like this is here's an Italian evil eye spell. Here's a Moroccan anti-evil eye incense. So it gives you at least where the origins of where things are. So if you need like a book on things, I keep a lot of reference books because hi, I'm a giant nerd. I think we know that by now. And also by the same author, I picked up the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, the complete A to Z for the entire magical world. But yeah, so I just like having these different, especially because there's things that might vary slightly different from country to country, region to region, different types of practices. Just to be able to have some of that information and stuff. And I again, big nerd, like reference books. I almost solely read nonfiction, so I very rarely read. I mean, I did some poetry last year, so like I think I hit about 70 books. So next pile. I think this is the pile of stuff that is going into my, as I've mentioned in a couple videos, I'm exploring my own cultural heritage of Slavic paganism. So the first I have is Ukrainian Mythology by Olesksii Biiy. It's a short read, but like I want to have a better understanding of the spirits of my culture and my heritage, because a lot of that was syncretized through Christianity, but it was the Byzantine Catholicism, which was slightly different than Roman Catholicism. Still not great, but anyways. I mean, I was born Byzantine Catholic. I wasn't born Roman Catholic. So the next I have Notes on Ukrainian Demonology from the Ukrainian Scholar Library by Vasil Miloradovich. So this I think is an older book. This is like a reprint because he lived from 1846 to 1911. So, but yeah, I'm curious as to this also because I'm a demonologist. I'm curious about that aspect of the demonic spirits in Slavic paganism, or what we would consider to be demonic. So anyways, cool. I believe my brother or my niece and nephew, or via my brother and his wife. This is a collection of Ukrainian spells by Petro Yefymenko. Ooh, interesting. I'm just looking at some of these, like it's because there's different things. Like I always remember, like the elders were a little more old world, but like I always remember, you cannot, like, you want to get in big trouble if you have a Ukrainian grandmother, put a bag with shoes on the table. Probably Eastern Ukraine. Whether it's in your gym bag, whether you just went to the store and came home with some, luxury heels or whatnot, and not just taking your stinky shoes and sticking them on the table. Anything that has shoes in them, you don't put them on the table because that's like a death omen. I mean, it's like, well, you put your shoes on the table, who you trying to kill? Not for any type of like, ew, it's unhygienic to put shoes on the table. It's just an old thing that could easily be turned into a curse. I also got the Slavic Myths, shiny, by Noah Charney and Svetlana Slapsak. Yeah, I'm just, kind of looking at, understanding, the mythology, the history, the folk magic, the spirituality. It's really fascinating to me. I've read Natasha Helven's Slavic Witchcraft years ago, and it was like, even then, I was like, holy crap, this explains my family so much. So next we have Baba Yaga's Book of Witchcraft by Madame Pamita. Baba Yaga, if you know anything of Slavic mythology and paganism, you've heard of Baba Yaga before. So I just kind of wanted to, again, add this to my collection of things to read. I think that is all of the Order of Slavic Paganism books. Now we just have a pile of random books, and then more books, and then even more books. All right. Anyways, so next up, like I said, I got some books this past few months. Because I think I run out of room for crystals at this point. I mean, I pick up things if there's a shiny rock I like, which I'm sure I picked up a shiny rock. Oh yes, there's a labradorite tower somewhere. Anyways. So this is Visual Alchemy by Laura Tempest Zakroff. I really like her book. She does. I want to pick up the new. She just released like a Sigil Witch Oracle deck, but I have her other ones, the Anatomy of Spirit or Anatomy of Witchcraft and Liminal Spirits. Those are really good. Those are some of my favorite Oracle decks. And she's really awesome. But this is a book on kind of creating sigils. So for me, I just channel a lot of my sigils. Well, this is more actually visual alchemy. I'm confusing it with the Sigil Witch thing, and I'm also reading the Sigil Witch Witchery book. Which is funny because I remember I'm like, oh yeah, I met you at the Philly Pagan Pride in like 2019. But yeah, like a lot of her sigils, she's really awesome. Does a lot of great work, and her, she puts a lot of these sigils out to the public. So, but she has a specific manner in which she creates the sigils like this, like taking symbols and adding other ones. For me, when I do my sigils, or symbols and things like that, I just kind of let my mind go, let my hand do the work. This I picked up randomly, and the bane of my existence is when people put price tags on things that I can't get off. But this is The Art of the Occult, a visual source book for the modern mystic by S. Elizabeth. I again was just more interested in this from an art historical perspective. Like it's got some stuff with the tarot cards in here, like the art from those. Different mystical images that appeared in art throughout. It seems to be like that section with ceremonial magic. There's like tarot stuff. I don't know, just a random pickup. And this one, also for similar reasons, back of that is Ernst and Joanna Lehner's Devils, Demons, and Witchcraft, 244 illustrations for artists and craftspeople. Again, art nerd. Like I always loved like a lot of the like old like woodcuts and like engravings and things like that. I just kind of more picked this up for visual reference, and it's done thematically. Like this is the Dance Macabre, the Totentanz, Dance of Death. If you're not familiar, that was a common theme. So I'm a nerd. I'm sorry. I got nothing on you, but if you want like a visual reference for old stuff, it's a good one. Let's see what else. Next pile. Don't worry, there's only another 2 piles. They're smaller though. I got the pocketbook edition of the Hermetica because one of the things, and I probably need to put a video in here at some point, a lot of demonology is based, like a lot of the practice stuff is based in Hermetics. So wanted to kind of brush up a little bit more formally on Hermetics. I've read this already, so I think I'm good at having things on audiobook and physical book. Same with this, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Did I finish reading this? I think I just read this. I did the audiobook for it. The thing with this is you've got your regular texty things. The audiobook doesn't have, all the glyphs and how they translate. So again, reference book for nerds. That's how I roll. Because my leg fell asleep. This was from my father, who's really into Japanese stuff. Like he does a lot of tea ceremonies and incense. It's called The Fragrant Path, a guide to the Japanese art of incense, which I feel like I know a little bit about because I took a art history course on women and the art of Japan, and we had to read the Tale of Genji, which is about. It's considered, I think, the first novel. So it was written a very, 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 very long time ago. And it's about 1,200 pages long. I mean, it's it's up there with like, yeah, it's a dense read. So I remember some of that. Wish I had a lot of my old art. I don't know why. I've moved a lot, so and moving books is a pain. So I've like lightened my load over times, and I recently discovered what happened to all my old horror novels. I apparently gave them to my brother. I was looking at his books. I'm like, hey, that one was mine, and so was that. And he's like, yeah, you gave them to me. I'm like, oh. Like, that's what happened to all my Poppy Z Bright books. Well, hell. All right. This one I actually really like. It's Llewellyn's Complete Book of Reiki. I am already a Reiki master, but I think what's fascinating in this book that goes further, like there's a lot of exercises in it because there's some things I'm good at and some I'm not. And like I've been working through the exercises on working with Reiki to perceive like the aura and what's in someone's auric field, how all of that sort of, that's as far as I've gotten in the book because obviously it's very hefty and I want to master those things. And there's a lot of different types of Reiki. I've mostly do distance Reiki or I do self Reiki. There's a lot of different types of things in here. So some of this I already know, like the nuts and bolts of it, like, that part where I was just on like crystal healing. I've done that part already. There's things with, morality and ethics of that type of thing, of energy work and Reiki and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different, like there's 4 primary Reiki symbols in Usui Reiki. Doesn't mean you can't make your own symbols. And there's a lot of other ones that are in this book that wouldn't be taught in a traditional Usui Reiki course. I don't even know what these are. Because yeah, there's a lot of different traditions of Reiki. So highly recommend this book. I wasn't sure. I've read a lot of books on Reiki. This one I actually really like as far as the exercises go. I'm trying to put my books in some semblance of order so they can go to where they go, where they need to go. All right. As I mentioned in a previous video, I'm starting to do pathworking with Sorath. So there's a bit on Sorath in S. Connolly's Daemonic Prosperity Magic book. But I was picking up some other stuff. This one I read recently, The Magic of Sorath, Daemon of the Dark Sun by David Thompson. That's pretty decent. I mean, there's some good information and rituals and stuff like that for using. People work with Sorath a lot for like power and fame and fortune. Before you get to that point, because that could sometimes, because it's gonna shine. Working with Sorath is gonna shine a spotlight on all those things you don't want to see and don't want other people to see. Or the thing, it's like, what am I not seeing in this situation? Or what is the thing I need to work on to heal? And that's fun so far. I haven't read this one yet, but I picked up, this looks kind of self-published, or print on demand published, Sorath Magic, Infernal Magic by Lucifer Faustus. So just checking them out, see what they have to say, because there's not a whole lot on Sorath out there. So just seeing what I could. And last but not least is the pile of S. Connolly books I got in the past couple months. So where do I want to start here? So she has some smaller chapbooks. A lot of them, I know Amazon Kindle recently changed some of the stuff, especially with Kindle Unlimited and that. So a lot of her stuff that used to be available on Kindle isn't anymore because they changed like pricing policy. And it was just like kind of not worth it, which I totally get. So some of the smaller books, like this is like a very tiny book, but I like that. So this is Daemonic Love Magic. There's a few more that I need to fill in the gaps for. It's got, some rituals and stuff in that, like, daemons you can work with for different aspects of love, like Agrat-Bat-Malot, Ashtaroth, Asmodeus, Astarte, Belphegor, wouldn't have thought that. Aisheth Zenunum. Sometimes not great at pronouncing things. But anyways, so I obviously like her work a lot. What I like about her work, more so than a lot of other contemporary occult arts, is it's written very accessible for anyone of any skill level, and you can modify shit like any way you want. It's like it's not the, oh my god, buy the book, it has to be by the book, we have to do it exactly like this or it won't work. This one is from Darkerwood Classics. It's Palmistry for All. I know very little about palmistry. Says by Cairo, so yeah, so this is just kind of, I think I might have another book on how to do that someday. I'll learn how to do palmistry. But anyways, picked that one up recently. I'm in the middle of reading this one. This is a sort of, this is S. Connolly and Ene Pithas. But it's got a lot of different charm. So the premise of this one is, they scoured the grimoires and asked friends within the demonolatry community for spells and folk magic used by working demonolators, and to compile this book of transformation. It's called Larva, Book of Transformations, in case I didn't mention that. Spells, recipes, chants, adages, and other tidbits. I think this is where I left off. I don't know where I left off. So it's got different spells and different things from contributions from other authors in here, or practitioners. So anyways, let me get that back in there so I don't lose my spot. Yeah, so there's a couple things in there that I'm going to try out. I'll pick that up. Also got My Name is Legion for We Are Many, which was edited and compiled by S. Connolly. And this is sort of, again, another kind of compilation book that is talking about different practitioners' stories. So, let me see. So it's just different people's stories on like how they got into, this part's, discerning misconceptions from truths. And the rest of them are just how different people got into their practice. So I thought that was kind of cool. I like reading that kind of story. Literally read anything, as we know. Some of these, I think Larva, I got a lot of the stuff I got was on her Lulu. Lulu.com under Darkerwood Publishing. Not all this is available on like Amazon. So like this one, Catechismus Infernalis. This was published for the generational demonolators group in accordance with the order of priesthood. It's sort of like, I think it's sort of like the like a priestess handbook, like what is the traditional demonolatry? What are the 6 virtues? It's got all the sort of nuts and bolts in it. So haven't read this yet, but like it's just kind of going over what is traditional demonolatry, all that kind of stuff. So that one I actually want to keep out because I want to read that sooner. This one I picked up not by S. Connolly, but through Darkerwood, is Divine Meditations, Mastering the Darkness Within by M. King. So again, I've been working through some of this, like there's different meditations in here. I found them to be interesting to try out. I'm not always great at meditating because I've got the squirrely brain that likes to, the ADHD brain that likes to be like, Biiy. I picked up a copy of the Kasdeya Rite of Baal, the Blood Rite of the Fifth Satan, a complete ritual for the adept. I think I might have this. I don't read a lot of ebooks, so I picked this up. This is a very long working. I mean, we're talking, let's see. Well, at least 5 or 6 months. It's at least a 5 or 6 month working. So that's much more intense. I don't know if when I'm going to start this because I'm still working through the Tamarin Gates, which I started last year, and some other stuff as well. But I just wanted to kind of have that on hand. And also, there's a compilation, the Death Daemonic Funerary Priest Edition, which is available on Hululu, which has the different books of her necromancy series. So it's all in one book instead of like 3 different books. There's Honoring Death, The Art of Demonolatry, Necromancy, the Necromantic Sacraments, and the Keys of Ocat. So those are all 3 books in one. And then I also got the supplement to the Keys of Ocat is the Keys of Death as well. So that's just kind of, it's just a book that has that stuff in it. So is that all my books? Did I get through all my books? Oh my God. I think after almost half an hour, we've gotten through all the books I got. So we're almost there. I'm going to end it on a fun note of a demo. So, what else did I get? I got a labradorite tower. I don't know where I put it because I completely started to, and I'm still in the process of rearranging my ritual area. It might be. Oh, I got a couple. Hold on, they're over here. I got other stuff too. Or no, wait, that's not the labradorite tower. I did get. This is now going to be my working kind of wealth altar. I wanted to make something very specific for that. So I did get pyrite towers. And I think this is a gold healer. That's a gold healer tower. Trying to remember. And if you can see down here, I got a new scrying mirror. I have no idea. Where the heck did I put this labradorite tower? Where did you go? Oh, I got nothing. I have no idea where it is. I know the kunzite palm stones are in my bedroom somewhere. Also, the thing that I wanted to show, because I love these. These are like little, just like a little wooden, it's a tarot card holder. So I do like tarot spells sometimes, or if you do like a tarot card of the day, holds in there really nice. And they have I got these at Kindred Spirits in town. I got a couple of them. So the ones that are on my wealth altar. And then I have 2 on my main altar as well. More things I forgot. Oh, I got a new journal because it had a skull on it, so I bought it. And look, the side pages are blank. Yep. That's entirely why I bought it. All right. So lastly, one of my new favorite things. Sorry, I gotta move around awkwardly here for a second. I think open ones. Don't. So this is from Gnostic Apothecary. These are little. I got some of these a year ago. They're incense paper, and I decided these are my new favorite thing ever because they're scented. Number one, so they come in a little pouch. They're also they also sell. I vended at some events with them. That's how I. Although they also sell like full size one or like that size ones versus these ones are a little smaller. But what is really cool about these is that I like to use these for writing intentions now or petitions. So there's different little pieces of colored paper in there. And this one smells nice. These ones are all green, I think, or greenish. So what I would do with this is have a gold marker handy. So I'll just write my quick little petition on here. So I wrote my quick little petition on here. So I got my little piece of paper. I'm just going to find something. It's got some incense ash in it, so that's appropriate. So now I need, Jesus Christ, anything. I think I saw a lighter somewhere. I'm obviously so totally prepared. It was kind of sitting on it. So now what I do, and so this is good if you're in an apartment, because a lot of times when you're burning petitions and stuff like that, it gets very smoky. It can set off your smoke detectors, or it makes your place smell like it's just on fire, not present. So here I have it in the little bowl. And there we go. It smells nice. So I got a little too much smoke all up my nose at once. So, and there you go. Your petition is now burned. And my room smells nice. So that is my new favorite thing. And it's Gnostic Apothecary. I think they're in Maryland. I know that I stumbled upon them. They vend at some of the same events that I do. So that's how I got to know them. And that's how I got to buy these. And they're my new favorite thing. And I just bought a whole bunch more. Because that was really hella easy to burn. Because like sometimes I have a stack of things I need to burn in my kitchen. Up until now, we have snow at present, but like we're in kind of a drought, and there were like burn bans, so I couldn't like take my little fire pity thing out to my parents' backyard and do it. So, yeah, might wait till next time my friends have a bonfire and be like, "Hey, do you mind if I just throw some stuff in here?" That'll just make it easier. Anyways, I think that is the end, and Moon wants to come say hi, so it's like I made of water. Swoosh. So yeah, that is our Yule haul. And I don't know when the next time I will do another video. Probably, I want to say probably somewhere in between the spring equinox and Beltane. I might do the next one. I'm gonna try to do them kind of quarterly rather than monthly. So anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. I'll try to have as much of the information below as I can. And now I am surrounded by books that I have to go put over there, and probably need to buy another bookshelf. Anyways, thank you. Bye.